So, Tippa Irie, the
Ye-
AK, well, actually, it's Anthony Henry, Sir Anthony Henry. I'm going to give you the sir because you've been in the business 40 years, isn't it?
Yes, that is a long time, but I rather the recognition from you, Carol, and from my peers than the state, shall we
Well,
say.
yes,
You
yes.
know what I mean? That's your recognition is more valuable to me.
So we say 40 years, but a lot of people, when we say Tippa Irie, they straight away think of Saxon sound. But Saxon
Yeah.
wasn't the first sound, was it?
No, I started with my dad, really. My dad had a sound called Musical Messiah, and he used to have a shubin where he used to play every Friday and Saturday in the basement of our house in Brixton, off of Cole Harbour Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I basically, I went on to I had a sound with Commander B that used to be on and where I got my name from. So it's and then I was on Sir Lloyd, Nasty Rockers, them sounds like that I used to chat on in Brixton. And then I got a break on Mikey Dread Sound, who was the brother of Cecil from King Tubby's, and that is kind of really where I got my break and things started to take off for me. And then I entered the talent competition at Ferndale Sports Centre in Brixton. And then that's where I met Dennis Rowe and Musclehead from Saxon. And they grabbed me and said, you got to come with us. You know what I mean? Because we want your talent around the sound. So I said, okay, no problem. Let me go down there and see what I want. And the rest is history, So I made my first tune for Sir Lloyd when I was 17. But so I used to go to Sir Lloyd blues parties and DJ on his sound. Then I went to Mikey Dread, DJ at Mikey's blues parties. And then Mikey Rennie, God rest his soul, which is our MJR Roadshow now, he was the one that brought me to his brother, that was Cecil. And that's when I started to lift King Tubby's sound boxes and riding at the van back. And then, the good old days, and then start to DJ. So that's what happened.
But we've come a long way from there. A lot of people might know you for one of your biggest hits, Hello Darling. That got into the British charts, didn't it? The national charts.
Yeah, that was in 1986. I think it was around March 1986. Hello Darling got into the chart. But obviously, Saxon, was really blowing up at the time. So all of the record labels then became interested in the Saxon entertainers. And Greensleeve was interested in Tippa Irie, Daddy Curdle, Rusty and Sandy, because Papa Levi got signed to Island Records and Maxi Priest got signed to Virgin Records. So Greensleeve came along and they snapped up all of the rest of the talent that was around the sound. You know what I'm saying? So, I did Tippa Irie and the Colonel, Just to Speak, and then Good to Have the Feeling You're the Best, and The Complaint Neighbor. And then after that, Hello Darling came along. And then that it went straight to #1 in the reggae charts and then straight into the pop charts and launched my career.
Strangers to the pop charts, because you got even a Grammy nomination for your work with Will I never say his name right.
Will I Am, yeah.
Yeah, because you kind of changed it a bit, didn't you? And did Hey Mama.
Yeah, I think I was on tour in America doing some small shows, and I was performing in San Diego at this place called The Belly Up. And I got a call from this girl called Shelly Roots, and she said that Will I Am wanted to do a track with me. So, at the time, Sean Paul was very popular. Wayne Wonder was in the charts. So everybody in the mainstream wanted a little dancehall flavor to their music. So I met Will once before at his studio because I was working with a friend of his, and he asked the friend who that guy was. He sounds awesome. You know what I mean? So he said one day he might have a track for me. So I said, okay, no problem. I didn't think much of it because they wasn't really big at that time, And then when I was at home one day, well, I did the show. Shelley called me. I was staying with a friend of mine in a place called Laverne, which is like east of Los Angeles. And I was staying at my friend Dave's house, and Dave took me to the studio to meet Will. They played me the track, and I listened to it, and then I took it back to where I was staying in Los Angeles, and just lived with it for the night, you know. And then I came up with the cutie, make sure you move your booty, shake that thing in at the city of sin, and hey, shawty, I know you want to party, and the way your body looking make me really feel naughty. And he loved it, you know what I mean? So, you know, I went down there, I nailed it. He mixed it same time, got it ready, and, you know, said, Tip, I'm gonna give you some money and some publishing. So I was very grateful at the time, you know what I mean? And yeah, the rest is history. The tune came out and it went to top 10 because they had the tune, Where is the Love? Where is the love? That tune was huge, went to #1. So when that tune came out and went to #1, I went, wow, okay, looks like something I got one for this tune, yeah. Well, I done with them because I knew it was on the album. And it was the 3rd single off of the album that they released. And it just went straight to the top 10 around the world. So I was really, really grateful for that, you know. And yeah, it was a blessing.
So that brings me right up to date. And as of the last October the 15th, sorry, September 15th, the new album from Tippa Irie.
Yes, man. Yes.
So how did that come about?
Really...
I'm an African.
Well, you know what it was, right? There's a French sound system called OBF. And they're based in France, and they came over to London, and they came to my studio, and they played me the track, you know, and they wanted me to do like an American kind of rap on it, you know what I mean? Which was not me, you know what I mean? So when they left, I listened to the tune for about an hour, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna talk about my people and what we've been going through in England, and bigging up people like Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and people like that. And so the vibe just came to me. I'm a Black man, I'm an African, and my parents are Jamaican, and I grew up in London. So, you know, I know where I'm coming from. And I said, that's it. So I just put down the chorus. And I didn't want to write the whole song, and they didn't like it. So I just sent them the chorus, and they said, yeah, Tip, that sounds really good. So then I wrote the lyric, finished the lyric. I went to my brethren's studio, Patrick Donegan from Progressive Sounds, you know, and I voiced it at Patrick's studio, you know what I mean? And I sent it back to them, and they loved it. And it was on their album, which is called The Sign, which is out now also. But when I listened to this tune I said, this tune is going to be the title track of my album. You know what I mean? Because it's just all about what we stand for and what we were going through growing up in the UK and what we're still facing now, which is a lot of institutional racism and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to call the album I'm an African. And basically because the tune was so powerful that, you know, it was the perfect title for the album, because it was just a representation of me. So,
but you have worked with other artists, other
yes.
artists on this album, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I've got a tune on there called Hot Stuff with Apache Indian. We linked up, I think it was within the pandemic, because when the pandemic came, or scandemic or plandemic or whatever you want to call it, came, I did, obviously we weren't doing no shows. We weren't, you know, we weren't out. So I started to do a lot of dub plates, you know? So a few people, when I set up Dub Plate Central with Amanda, I just basically was contacted by friends. So I contacted Carol Thompson, Janet Kay, General Levy, Chucky Starr, Starkey Banton, Solo Banton, YT, Peter Honningale, whole heap of different artists, you know, and we started to do the dub plates. And then a few people requested an Apache Indian dub plate. So I said, okay. And so I linked him and he got back to me because everybody was quiet and locked down. So he got back to me and we just said, look, you know, away from doing the dub plates, we need to do a tune together. So I said, okay. So we done the tune, you know, Hot Stuff. And he said that he would use it for his project and I would use it for mine. So that's why I put it on the album. I've also got a girl on there called Shanice.
I like that one.
Yeah, she has a beautiful voice, beautiful voice, beautiful singer. And she works a lot with a guy called Prince Fatty, you know. But I met Shanice, she done some work on my last album, Living the Dream. She put some harmonies on a tune, on a soca tune that I done. So I really love working with her because she's got a beautiful voice. So we done a tune called Love Yourself, you know, that's on the album. Then I've got another lady called Stush, and she's like a UK garage artist, you know, and we wrote this tune a while ago, you know, a couple of years ago. And, you know, but I just said, you know what, I'm going to wait for the right time to bring the tune out. And now was the right time. So I did that. And then I've also got Errol Reed on the album, which is China Black, you know, and we done a tune called I Made a Wish. So basically I wrote the song and sent it to Errol. He loved it. He said, Tip, it'd be a pleasure for me to do this with you. So I was going to do it with Max, but something didn't work out. So I didn't end up doing it with Maxi Priest, and I ended up doing it with Errol. And, you know, I'm so happy that me and Errol, you know, we worked it out. And, you know, I'm really, really happy with it. It's on the same rhythm as Judy Boucher's Can't Be With You Tonight. Yeah. It's a relic of that rhythm, you know what I'm saying? And the same girl, Shanice, she sung back the original. I released that on my little label as well. But so yeah, those are some of the people. Production wise, there's Peter Hunningale. Peter done some of the tune, the vampire tune, that I've got on there. And Bubblers did Live the Life You Love. Okay. And then Real Talk Productions, they done, which is the girls from Abacus. I don't know if you've heard of BBMC, but that is like one of the prominent rehearsal rooms in London. That's where most of the reggae artists go to rehearse. Okay. But they've got a studio there, and that tune was produced by Bubblers, but it was done in Bubblers' studio in over Halsden, Willesden side. And then there's a brother called Keith Lawrence. He's on another station called My Soul. And he's a radio DJ as well. He has a show that called The Real Rock. And he's got 2 tracks on the album that he produced. One is called Them Two Bad Mind, and the other one is called Them Go and Do It. You know, anything the Babylon telling you to do, we no go do it. Right. You know, which is basically, so, you know, so loads of different people.
So where can people get the album then?
Well, they can get the album. It's streaming on all of the download portals. So if they go to Spotify, they can stream it, Amazon Music, Apple Music. But if they want to buy the physical download, the WAV file, they can go to Tippa Irie Bandcamp. So if they go to my bank, type in Bandcamp and Tippa Irie, you know, if they go to it's BAND. CAMP, Bandcamp.
Oh, Bandcamp, right, okay.
Yeah, Bandcamp, yeah. So they can go to Tippa Irie Bandcamp and buy the album, you know what I mean? They can get the download there and they can purchase it, you know what I'm saying? And there's a good tune on there called Flatfoot Hustle as well, which is produced by family man Barrett from the Wailers, his son. Yeah, his son produced that track. It's the Wildfire rhythm. You know, the Dennis Brown and John Holt, Your Love Is Like a Wildfire. It's that rhythm track, and I just put a lyric on there. So yeah, the album is out now. If they go to tippairie.com, they can find out all what they need to know of where to get the album.
Okay, and before I finish with you, 2023, what have you got planned?
Well, on the 1st of October, I am at the Venn Street reunion in Huddersfield with Peter Spence, Winsome and Dixie Peach. And then on the 2nd of October, I am at Skarma Festival in Great Yarmouth. I'm actually going to be doing a DJ set there. They're bringing me back to my roots. I'm going to be playing tune and on that one. So that's on the 2nd of October. The tickets are available. If they just go to the Skarma website, they can get tickets from there. And if you type in Venn Street Reunion, the event will come up and you'll be able to purchase tickets. And also, I am doing a show at the Hackney Empire on the 30th of October with Black Slate and Winston Reedy, and Kat is the comedian. He's going to be hosting, and there's going to be a whole host of other acts as well, you know. But that's, and if they go to the Hackney Empire website and look for the 30th of October, you know, obviously celebrating Black History Month, you know, they can get the tickets for that as well. So I'm going to be doing about 4 tunes there, and it's live with the reggae choir.
Okay.
So
right.
it's really interesting.
That is at the outset, you know, you've been in the business 40 years and you're now a radio DJ as well as producer. And I hear little whispers about a book.
Yes. Your whispers are right. In March, that is the aim. You know, it's with the editors right now. The book has been written. We've got the pictures that we want to put in the book, you know, but we're just waiting on the publishers to edit the books till that they're happy with it. And then once they're happy with it, then we'll put the pictures in. And then hopefully by March, which is, I think that's Black History Month in America. Yeah. So I think that's when they want to release the book on Amazon and all the other portals that you'll be able to buy the book from. The book is called It's Good to Have the Feeling You're the Best.
Is that one of your songs?
I guess, I think so.
But that's something for us to look forward to. And
yes, definitely.
Thank you for talking to us here on GFM. No stranger to Gloucester.
No problem, man. No problem, Carol. Thank you for having me. And Massive and Crew, link up tippairie.com. Just go to the website. You can buy the album. You can click on the links on the website, and it will take you to where you can listen to the album or download the album. You know, you can find it on my Bandcamp, but it's just tippairie.com is the place to go.
Okay, thanks for that.
Bless, Carol. Thank you. And big up the family.
You take care.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.